And now time for News Extra, today brought to you by Gehring Civic Center. And here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We have Roger Christensen here today, and a good friend of ours, and he's going to tell us about an interesting program called Hunters Helping the Hungry. And this program made possible by legislation, first of all, right, Raj?
Yes, prior to this time, if a deer hunter would bring a deer into the processor and didn't want it, the processor was stuck with disposing of it and documenting to the state that it was disposed of, it could not be donated. But after a number of letters and people talking about it, I believe it was in April of 2012, the legislature passed LB 928 that they allocated some funds to let a processor pay to process the deer, and then through a nonprofit they could donate it to food banks, shelters, whatever needed some meat.
Yeah. So that's what's going on here, and there's a great local program courtesy of Roger and also one of our very good food processors, Dennis Grieve over at Bayard Processing. So
yes,
explain how it works.
Okay, Dennis Grieve contacted me, and we had talked about this legislative bill, and he said he needed a nonprofit entity to coordinate the distribution of the meat. So I was on the church council at St. John's Lutheran in Scotts Bluff. The council was very happy to approve it, and so now Dennis processes the deer, packages it up in ground packages of 2 pounds. It then comes to St. John's and we distribute it. Last year we distributed 485 pounds to the Guadalupe Center and then also to the First Baptist Church, and so they were able to then get it to people or cook it for people that come to their evening meals, and it worked well.
It worked well.
Real
well.
well.
As a matter of fact, you guys had 485 pounds of meat last year processed?
Yes, that's right. And now Dennis was able to get increase how many deer he could process. And then we also had a donation of $400 from an individual said, this is good. So he gave us $400. It went to the church, and then we'll be able to pay Dennis to process other deer then, additional deer.
That's great. That's fantastic. All right, we're going to talk more right after this.
If people want to make a donation,
yeah, that's what I'm going to get to
next.
They
can make it to the church. Okay,
yeah, that's what I'm going to get to next. Is how people want to donate. If they want to make a financial donation, if they want to donate the deer to Dennis,
they go to Bayard Processing.
So we're going to go through all that.
Okay, he coordinates that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Satisfied feels.
All right, we are back on News Extra. Roger Christensen is here telling us about the Hunters Helping the Hungry program. And he kind of explained how this whole thing works in general, is that if you're a hunter and you have some deer meat that you want processed that you really can't use, you can take it over to Dennis, and then he can process it, get it to the church here at St. John's, and then they distribute it out to some of the food banks. All right, so basically, if you're a hunter and you know you're going to go out there and shoot some deer, and you're maybe going to eat some of it yourself, but you know it's more than what you would really use yourself, how do you get involved with this program?
You contact Dennis, take your deer down to Bayard Processing. Dennis has the forms that you sign to donate, and then they'll process the meat and package it up, and it's ready to go.
Ready to go. Okay, so just contact Dennis Grieve over at Bayard Processors.
That's correct.
Now, if you want to simply like the idea of this program, say, you know, I'd like to contribute to this because it sounds like a good idea. It's a way to help the hungry and get food to food banks that really need it, and you want to help pay for some of that processing cost, how do they do that?
You could write a check to St. John's Lutheran Church, 2220 Broadway, Scotts Bluff, and if you would, in the memo section, put down Hunters Helping the Hungry. And those funds will be with the church, and then we can then direct them to Dennis when we get documentation of processing, and it's a tax-deductible donation.
All right, it's fantastic. Or they can simply call you. They can give you a call maybe, right?
They could. My office number is 436-9042.
436-9042. Okay, give Roger a call. But this is a neat program. It really is. It's a great way to make, like you said, most people have been taught when they shoot an animal, deer or whatever, in hunting season, make sure somebody's going to eat that. You don't just leave it.
Yeah, that's a sin.
Right?
That's a sin. It's wasteful. Yes.
Yes, it is. It is very wasteful. So this is an way for, if you've got that extra meat, you don't know what to do with it, you can take care of it, feel good about helping the hungry out.
That's right.
That's great. All right, Raj, very good. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.